Lesson 72. Holding grievances is an attack on God's plan for salvation. It needs repeating, doesn't it? Holding grievances is an attack on God's plans for salvation. No. Oh, the light has come. Here we go. Who would like to begin in case it's very long and we get on with it? Anybody would like to start?
While we have recognized the ego's plan for salvation is the opposite of God's, we have not yet emphasized that it is an active attack on his plan and a deliberate attempt to destroy it. In the attack, God has assigned the attributes which are actually associated with the ego, while the ego appears to take on the attributes of God.
The ego's fundamental wish is to replace God. In fact, the ego is the physical embodiment of that wish, for it is that wish that seems to surround the mind with a body, keeping it separate and alone, and unable to reach other minds except through the body that was made to imprison it. The limit on communication cannot be the best means to expand communication. Yet the ego would have you believe that it is.
Although the attempt to keep the limitations that a body would impose is obvious here, it is perhaps not so apparent why holding grievances is an attack on God's plan for salvation. But let us consider the kinds of things you are apt to hold grievances for. Are they not always associated with something a body does? A person says something you do not like. He does something that displeases you. He betrayed his hostile thoughts in his behavior.
You are not dealing here with what the person is. On the contrary, you are exclusively concerned with what he does in a body. You are doing more than failing to help in freeing him from the body's limitations. You are actively trying to hold him to it by confusing it with him and judging them as one. Herein is God attacked. For if his son is only a body, so must he be as well. A creator wholly unlike his creation is inconceivable.
If God is a body, what must his plan for salvation be? What could it be but death? In trying to present himself as the author of life and not of death, he is a liar and a deceiver, full of false promises and offering illusions in place of truth. The body's apparent reality makes this view of God quite convincing. In fact, if the body were real, it would be difficult indeed to escape this conclusion. And every grievance that you hold insists that the body is real. It overlooks entirely what your brother is. It reinforces your belief that he is a body and condemns him for it. And it asserts that his salvation must be death, projecting this attack onto God and holding him responsible for it.
To this carefully prepared arena, where angry animals seek for prey and mercy cannot enter, the ego comes to save you. God made you a body. Very well. Let us accept this and be glad. As a body, do not let yourself be deprived of what the body offers. Take the little you can get. God gave you nothing. Body is your only savior. It is the death of God and your salvation.
This is the universal belief of the world you see. Some hate the body and try to hurt it and humiliate it. Others love the body and try to glorify it and exalt it. But while the body stands at the center of your concept of yourself, you're attacking God's plan for salvation and holding your grievances against him and his creation, that you may not hear the voice of truth and welcome it as friend. Your chosen Savior takes his place instead. It is your friend. He's your enemy.
Well, try today to stop these senseless attacks on salvation. Or try to welcome it instead. Our upside-down perception has been ruinous to our peace of mind. we have seen ourselves in a body and the truth outside us blocked away from your awareness by the body's limitations. Now, we're going to try to see it differently. Kev?
The light of truth is in us, where it was placed by God. It is the body that is outside us and is not our concern. To be without a body is to be in our natural state.
Mm-hmm.
To recognize the light of truth in us is to recognize ourselves as we are. To see ourselves as separate from the body is to end the attack on God's plan for salvation, and to accept it instead. And wherever his plan is accepted, it is accomplished already.
Now close your eyes. Our goal in the longer practice periods today is to become aware that God's plan for salvation has already been accomplished in us. Dun, dun, dun.
Yay!
To achieve this goal, we must replace attack with acceptance. As long as we attack it, we cannot understand what God's plan for us is. We therefore attacking what we do not recognize. We are therefore attacking what we do not recognize. Now, we're gonna try to lay judgments aside and ask what God's plan for us is. Here's the prayer. What is salvation, Father?
I do not know. Tell me that I may understand.
You got to ask it with verve. You got to ask it with all your might and all your strength. Like, what is salvation, Father? Did you hear the answer? Ask again. Did you hear the answer? Ask again. If you heard the answer, say thank you. Yeah? You got to ask with all your might and all your strength and all your heart and everything you have. Full Monty. Absolutely fully there. Like, yeah. What is salvation, Father? Talk to me. Daddy, haven't heard from you for a while. Bring it on. Shower me. Yeah. I don't know. Tell me that I may understand. Hello? You're not watching news again, are you? Just get the answer. Like, it does come, but you can't go like, right? Like, passion. Then we will wait in quiet for his answer. Beautiful. Anyone else wants to continue?
Then we will wait in quiet for his answer. We have attacked God's plan for salvation without waiting to hear what it is. We have shouted our grievances so loudly that we have not listened to his voice. We have used our grievances to close our eyes and stop our ears.
Now, we would see and hear and learn. What is salvation, Father? Ask, and you will be answered. Seek, and you will find. We are no longer asking the ego what salvation is and where to find it. We are asking it of truth. Be certain, then, that the answer will be true because of whom you are.
Go on.
Whenever you feel your confidence wane and your hope of success flicker and go out, repeat your question and your request, remembering that you are asking of the infinite creator of infinity, who created you like himself. What is salvation, Father? I do not know. Tell me that I may understand. He will answer. Be determined to hear.
One or perhaps two shorter practice periods, that would be like every half hour, will be enough for today, since they will be somewhat longer than usual. These exercises are as follows. Repeat after me. Holding grievances.
Holding grievances
Is an attack on God's plan for salvation. Let me accept it instead. What is salvation, Father? Then wait a minute or so in silence, preferably with your eyes closed, and listen for his answer. So, what is today's question?
What
is salvation,
salvation,
Father?
Father?
What is salvation, Father?
Yes, bring it on. What is
What
salvation?
What is salvation, Father?
Show me!
Yeah, bring it on.
Now,
I want to know!
No.
That's
I
it.
wanna know now.
Yes. Talk to me. I'm ready. I'm ready for a miracle.
Ooh, I am. Totally.
Oh. So today, with all the might and all the strength and all the heart and all the passion and all the pointed focus of wanting to know nothing but one answer above all else, I'm determined to hear, I'm determined to see, I'm determined to experience. Beautiful. Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 Whenever you feel your confidence wane and your hopes of success flicker and go out, repeat your question and your request, remembering that you are asking them of the infinite creator of infinity, who created you like himself. And the light of truth is in us, where it was placed by God. We're asking only for what is truly belongs to us. Da-da-da. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thank you, everyone. Da-dum, da-da. Thank you.
Yeah.
Carla, is it all right to ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you know, my brain won't retain salvation.
Say it again.
My cognitive mind won't let me have a concept of salvation. It won't let me access it.
Yeah, that's okay. Because it's not in your head. It's not in your head. It comes from somewhere else. It doesn't come from where we expect, and we don't expect. I think the biggest problem is we have some images, how it should be, and that's the blocks to love's presence. Because then we can't be revealed. And when it does get revealed, you just go like, wow, I didn't expect this to go that way at all. Like, the revelation is always so mind-blowing and so incomparable to anything we know, even of traditions, and all our images of it all are not it. So don't worry.
Just forget about it. Yeah.
Forget about it. Like, trying is dying, just relax and it'll just come.
But that's so true.
How do you distinguish?
Hmm?
Is it okay to ask another question?
I don't think I
Of
have an
course.
answer, but why not?
Sorry, what's that? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do you distinguish the difference between a feeling and an emotion?
Mm-hmm. feeling is when you feel, your mind goes. When you have emotions, you think like crazy. So when your real feeling comes, you will not think. You will just have no thoughts. You'll be just purely, fully encompassed by a feeling that's moving inside you. There's not just a feeling that just sits there. It's a feeling that moves. There's also a distinction between feeling that's moving and feeling that's just in the lockdown. So when we release judgment and we stop attacking, this will go, oh, finally, thank you. That's why we don't attack. It'll just open up like a lotus flower. And everything that's held within you, which is your magnificence, will begin to, you'll smell it, you will feel it, you will see it. You can't grasp it though. And because the mind wants to grasp, just like the questions, they want to grasp an answer. They go like, oh, now I know. But that's another grasp, yeah? And I know, it's also good. Can you see that? So the distinction between emotions, which is usually feelings of the ego, that's why nobody can understand you when you're very emotional. That includes men. Yeah. So when there's a pure feeling, you know it because your mind becomes present, becomes godlike. And most of the feeling people feel is just thoughts, actually not feelings. They're thoughts. You're like, oh, I'm feeling this, and now it's nailed to the cross. You can't move. It's like Christ crucified. That's why it says, don't hold a grievance, don't nail it, don't name it. When you name it, you nail it. Release that thought, release that one too, release that one too. Yeah.
Cool.
Don't get me started on feelings.
There is today is Riders of Wisdom, isn't it?
Yes, 8:30.
You can join
Is
me.
it?
Yeah.
Right, so it's now.
In 1 hour. We
You're at this.
we have a little group where we just go into like the feeling realm. All right, darlings.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much. So much love to all.
Yeah, my God, what a
Much love
game.
to
The best part of the day.
Thank you. Bye. Ciao.
Yeah.
Choco.
Ciao.
Bye.